I'm Joseph. I'm from The Upcoming, and we're here to interview Marthe Keller. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. So, if you could just start talking a little bit about your character in the film, My Little Sister, that'd be wonderful. Just describe your character.
The character is so far from who I am that I want to play that, because it's kind of boring to do what you are. Because when you're very young, you're looking for identification, seeing, how do you think, how would I do that, because I live through the same thing. And this is so opposite. And also physically, for once not being elegant and things like that. Really, such a slobby.
Yeah.
And then I think there is something which I tried to do, that I can't look at my son. I look all over, but not to him. Because if I start to look at him, I would break apart. I wouldn't. So I think this is related to kind of discipline of my generation, perhaps. Of don't complain, don't explain. I have a feeling that if she really would show who she is, she would, then it's all, if everybody breaks apart, that's it. So there's a lot of little colors behind that she's so narcissistic in a way, and so crazy and disorganized and tiny alcoholic and smoking a lot, everything wrong. Everything is wrong with her. I like that.
And that's not something we normally perhaps expect from the strong matriarch figure.
Exactly.
Who's supposed to look after the family.
Exactly. If my son in life has a cold, I mean, the whole city in Paris knows it, because I'm so scared.
Yeah, sure.
And it's sometimes that's the beauty of our profession, to do something which is so completely on a different planet.
Sure. And of course, you're also an opera director. So how did you feel about the way in which music is invoked in the film? Obviously, the German side.
I have to say, this is a very, very good question, because I saw it for the first time yesterday, and I just was impressed by Brahms, by Schwesterlein, by the title, and I think that they use this music so beautifully, because it's like the entrance of who they are, my children. So I didn't think as an opera director, but I thought as just a normal person who sees the movie, that was very sensitive to choosing that song, which is a folk song. So sad. And the title is Brahms.
And in terms of there's a lot of literary references in
yes,
the thing. There's a lot
of course.
of the theatre group and so
exactly.
on. With
and
Hamlet
also,
and Brecht and Rilke.
Exactly.
So how were you thinking about these kind of literary traditions when you were?
I think it takes place in in acting family. So of course, the mother, she was only for Brechtian theatre, political theatre, and think everything's corrupt today. No, of course.
Do you share those sentiments at all?
No, not really. Not really. But I like to play that, because it's really narcissistic. And to be sure that she's right, and whatever she does, she's So I was, in a way, I was surprised that people didn't dislike that character, because I was scared that everyone would say, Jesus Christ, she's such a... And they didn't. They even were laughing, because perhaps it needed some breathing of the pain in the movie, that it comes for her. It stops a little bit to give some new energy of life goes on.
Because the film is about a kind of protracted stage of grief, of grieving.
Exactly.
The anticipation of grief and the experience of it during the film. And your character seems to offset a lot of that with
exactly.
a kind of intensity, but a comedy as well.
Exactly. Makes it a little bit lighter. And in the end, there was a scene which is cut out, which is very good, that shows how smart they are. That was for the first time she looks at him and she sings the song that they sing in the beginning. This kind of lullaby song, and that was so sad that I started to cry. And that's out, which I think is good. I was a little bit hurt because it was good, because I could cry for once. But I think we shouldn't see her like that.
It's perhaps too much
It's too much.
reconciliation.
It's too much. And what I liked about the movie is completely unsentimental. It's facts.
Yeah.
It's not sentimental.
So you've seen the film now and the way in which
Yes.
it's very unfussy in terms of how it picks its character perspectives. It
Yes.
moves from each to... Do you think that persuasively told this story about grief?
I think it's very courageful. I mean, what they did was uncoquette. They're not looking for a tear check, it's just, and that for a second movie only. They did another one, a documentary, yeah, but if not, it's a second future memory. I think they didn't try to please, they just try to analyze grief, pain, and then something which I never saw in movies, it's about twins. How one cannot live with the other, and the real love in this movie is between them. And that's very strong. And it shows how close they are also through the job they do. I mean, acting, writing, it's all related. And also it shows how our profession can help, or not cure, but help to go over something. A lot of tiny things, like that work can make you forget what you are going through. That's why she suffers so much, that nobody gives him the work. In the other hand, I have to understand Ostermeyer's character too. He can't. He has a theater to run. He cannot take the risk that somebody breaks down a second time. So it's all real.
Well, that's lovely. Thank you. That's all
Thank
we
you
need.
so much.
Thank you so much.